or not, I wanted to be a dad. It's amazing. My first daughter was born. Daughters are amazing. I thought it'd be incredible. It's way better than I thought. I get hugs and kisses and snuggles and daddy dates and love letters under my pillow. When I come home this week, there'll be a big "we love you, welcome home, daddy." There'll be a stack of love letters under my pillow. I take my daughters out on daddy dates. I buy them new dresses, go out to their favorite restaurant. We go out to plays, we go out to music. Big deal. I open the door for them, buy them flowers. So that when they get older and some kid shows up in a car and honks the horn, they don't go out because they've been on a date and respected, and they know that guy's an idiot. Right? How many of you ladies would have killed for daddy dates? Would have killed for a daddy who told you you're beautiful, hugged you, snuggled with you, read the Bible to you, prayed with you, honored you. Guys, if you're the porn guy, you're going to be the worst dad in the history of the world. Because here's what's going to happen. If all you're looking at is barely legal porn, and then your daughter hits that age, and her friends hit that age, when she needs you the most, you're going to be the most perverted, corrupted, and distant. Don't be that guy. Be the one-woman man who loves his wife, and then raise your daughters and love them, and as they grow older and boys pursue them, you know what you do? You draw them closer. Daughters are amazing. And sons are fantastic. My boys are awesome. The Driscoll boys are great. I love them. I can't wait to get home. I coach sports. I don't hunt. I don't fish. I don't golf. I don't have a lot of independent sports. I hang out with my family. I love playing ball with my sons. And you know what, guys? You can put desire for fatherhood in your sons young. I saw this with my son Gideon. He's 4. He's a guy's guy. Pees in the yard. He rocks out on the drum kit. He's awesome. He's a great little man. He's a tough little guy. And we had this baby come over, first time mom, new little baby girl, couple months old, fat, chubby, huge legs. She's so cute. And the mom is holding her, and we told her, you could put her on the floor and Gideon will play with her. Well, you know, my wife and her visit. And you could let Gideon play with her. She's like, oh, I don't know. He's a boy, she's a girl, he's big, she's small. He'll pile drive her, kill her, you know, get her in a, I don't know, Kimura jiu-jitsu move or something and hurt her. We said, no, Gideon's a nice boy. Just watch and see. So she put the girl down, and for an hour, Gideon, who's 4, playing with her, making her laugh, had her laughing out loud, was bringing her toys, really sweet to her. They got all done. The mom picks up her baby, looks at Gideon and says, thank you so much for being so nice to my little girl. He said, yeah, I love her, and someday I'm going to be a really good dad. My 4-year-old son's thinking about being a dad. Isn't that good? See, some of you guys didn't grow up in that home, but you want to make that home. Some of you guys say, I'm angry, I never had that. Well, make sure your children and your grandchildren do. Love your wife, love your kids, be a papa daddy. That's what my kids call me. My daughter, Alexi, she's great. She's 6 years old, blonde hair, blue eyes, cute as could be. She's always singing and dancing and super dramatic and lots of wardrobe changes. She's just fascinating is what she is. And she had to draw a picture for kindergarten of our family. She started kindergarten this year. And she drew a picture, everybody in the family, smiling, very happy, all holding hands, except for me. I was in the middle, huge, like 10 times bigger than all the rest of them, with my arms out over the whole family. I said, what's that, sweetie? She said, we're all happy because you're big and strong and you love us and protect us and keep us safe. And I started tearing up. I watch a lot of cage fighting, but my 6-year-old daughter can make me cry by drawing a picture of our family. That's a man. You could get a punch in the mouth and not cry, but if your daughter makes a picture for you, you're kind of devastated. That's a man's man. Sons are amazing as well. My son, Zach, he's my oldest, and I've got Calvin, Martin, Zachariah, Blaze, Gideon, Joseph. 3 boys. Zach, when he was born, it was the most amazing moment. My firstborn son. And I remember he was born. I was there in the delivery room, watched the whole birth, which kind of freaked me out. You see stuff you didn't want to see. And he comes out, and I'm holding him, and he's all covered in blood, and he's screaming, and whatever liquids, and, you know. And I'm holding him, and it was just amazing. I was wearing open-toed sandals and shorts and a shirt, and it was summertime. And I remember I held him up, and the first thing I wanted to do was commit him to God and pray for him. I said, God, you're a father, I'm your son. I'm a father, here's my son. Use this son to teach me about my relationship with you. And he crapped on my foot. Just dropped one right on my foot. And God answered my prayer. Because that's the son I am to the Father. But it's great. Isn't it weird, though? We don't consider kids a blessing. I read this whole Men's Health magazine, how to get good condoms and emergency birth control and cheap abortions. Nothing about daddy dates and throwing the ball around with your sons. Sad. I don't want you to be those guys. Some of you had dads who were those guys. I'm sorry for that. But break the cycle of devastation. Be the patriarch who stands up and says, the insanity stops with me. I'm the first guy in my family who's not punched his wife, punched his kids, or been to jail. I've got 2 cousins that are my age in prison right now for beating women. This goes deep to the heart for me. And some of you guys say, I don't hit women. You just sexually abuse them, intimidate them, use them because you love sex, not marriage. You love sex, not children. It's fine to love sex, marriage, and children. They kind of go together. Loves his family. Husband and one wife, submissive children, manages his family well. Let me say this too. For you single guys, some of you should not overlook marrying single mothers. Jesus' mother was a single mother. Joseph adopted him. In a country filled with HIV and widows and orphans, you should not overlook the possibility of marrying a single mother if she loves Jesus, adopting her child and taking in children that are not your biological own. Because God is a father, he's adopted us into his family. This is a gospel issue. And then thirdly, he says he manages his household well. This means dad has a schedule, dad has a budget, dad has a plan, dad knows what he's doing with his life. That dad's actively involved syncing up schedule with mom. That dad's putting together the holidays with mom, and he's putting together the vacations with mom, and he's putting together the budget with mom. He doesn't just work, come home, crack a beer, sit in his throne like a little god, turn on his TV and tell everybody to shut up. That he loves and serves his family, and he's actively involved, and he has a plan. And he's seeking input, and dad is always working on making this family more organized, more loving, more faithful, more fruitful. Loves God, loves family. Number 3, manages himself. If your mom has to look after you, you're not a man. If your girlfriend has to babysit you, you're not a man. If your wife has to tend to you, you're not a man. Some of you ladies are enablers. You want to be a mom so bad, you're babysitting your boyfriend. And it's really cute till you get pregnant and you need him to step up and stop changing his diapers so you can change the other diapers, and then he's of no help at all. So a guy needs to manage his own life. He needs to get his own act together. And it starts with, number 1, sober-minded, emotionally and mentally stable. No freaking out. No drama queen. Right, gentlemen? Some of the girlfriends in this room know exactly what I'm talking about. They're like, yeah, he totally freaks. I would like to freak once in a while, but he does it all the time, and I never get a chance. Right? Some of you guys are emotional basket cases. Happy, depressed. Right? On top of the world, under the wave. Keep your cup on, keep your hands up, keep your chin down, and keep moving forward. Freaking out never fixed anything. Number 2, he says self-controlled. This is, you're not controlled by other people. You're not controlled by the culture. You're not controlled by fear of man. You're not controlled by anything or anyone because you live self-control. You run your own life. You're a man. If you can't take responsibility for yourself, you can't take responsibility for a family, can't take responsibility for a church, can't take responsibility for a city. Self-control is one of the fruits of the Spirit. Part of what it means to be a disciple of Jesus is to live a disciplined life. Some of you guys, you're like butterflies in a breeze. You're going to go to college, you're not going to go to college. You're going to get this degree, you're not going to get this degree. You're going to work this job, you're not going to work this job. You're going to go to this church, you're not going to go to this church. You're going to date this gal, you're going to not date this gal. And you're just blown by circumstance, happenstance, and chance. There's no security to you. How in the world can a woman and children and a business anchor themselves to you if you don't have any stability and longevity? That's what he's talking about. And some of you guys had dads like this. different job, different house, different woman, different